everyone, and welcome to the stream. So happy to have you all. My name's Obsidia. I'm your DM here for tonight, and these are my wonderful players. As is tradition, we are going to be doing round the table introductions before a brief session recap, and we're going to jump right in. It's good to be back after a few weeks off. So, first of all, we have B.
Hello. My name is Beatrix Spunny. I'm usually a taxidermy jackalope VTuber with a focus on roguelikes, digital artwork, and RPGs. I also run a campaign specifically in the setting and system of Deadlands Classic. If you're interested in Wild West horror and want to see Obsidia as a genuinely, delightfully unhinged blood witch, then consider checking it out sometime. Tonight, however, I am going to be playing as Feng-chen, the hobgoblin artificer, recent dog owner, and chef very looking forward to learning of all of the fantasy Hungarian cuisine that the DM spent all day studying for some reason.
Before we go to Maris, I just have to note about Zenobia. I was rizzing up this goth girl online, and one of the first things I did was show her pictures of Zenobia.
Hell yeah.
Honestly, good intro.
How did it go?
Yeah, it went well. I was like, yeah, I based her on Ava Green from Penny Dreadful, and she was like, yes, Ava Green is peak goth goals, and I'm like, yes, agreed.
So second date?
Hopefully. But yes, next up we got Maris.
Hello, how do I follow up Eva Green Goth Girls? I'm Maris Oram. I am a Celestial Dragon VTuber. I specialize in storytelling streams. We read books, we talk literature. It's a fun time. I also run my own D&D homebrew campaign on the side called The Child of Hearts. It is an ode to all things romantic fantasy. So if you enjoy drama, a dash of political intrigue, and plenty of romantic shenanigans, definitely check it out. We play every other Wednesday. And while I am here, I play Soleil, the party's hot pink tiefling fae werewolf himbo blood hunter, with a single brain cell rattling around in his gorgeous noggin. So happy to be here as always.
Get nogged, friendo. Thank you. Next up we have Sif.
That's me, Sif_the VTuber. I play games. I do art. I am back as lovely little hijab-wearing girl Nafisa with her lovely dog Nyx. I went on a date with a goth girl and showed her my cat girl, and there was no second date. So, yeah.
That's how you know she wasn't the one.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Yeah. I love you guys.
It's, you hate to see it, nerd shit, I will say it's like Sex Panther, 60% of the time it works every time. Like I've previously brought several women over to my old house, and they were quite turned on by my Warhammer miniatures that I had in my bedroom. So I can say that women love the Skaven. It is a certified fact. Little rat guys, get them going.
I gotta get a pet rat.
As a rat fan can confirm.
But yes, next up we got Lily.
Both me and Maris get the lovely job of following ridiculous stuff. Hello everyone, my name is Lily. I am a artist that draws a lot of D&D stuff, including my lovely character here, Aurora, the satyr scribes wizard, sheep scribes wizard. That's too many S's. But yeah, very excited to play tonight. As for myself, I also run my very own campaign, Mr. Walker's Spectrum of Eternity. The first 14, I can never count, 14 episodes or 15, whatever it is, are up on my YouTube if you like watching a bunch of gay men get traumatized. That's what we do there.
That's it in a nutshell.
That's a Saturday night right there.
Yeah, you'll love to see it. Thank you.
Literally a Saturday night.
Thank you, Lily. Yeah, and so previously on Nexus Forlorn Legacy, our heroes were attending the great Federation Day Ball, celebrating the original signing of the treaty that created the United Federation of Allied States, as well as conveniently coinciding with the birthday of the most serene Dogessa of the city of Venonia, Aria Ricci. And so they were invited this on behalf of their Dragon Mom employers, and after experiencing many of the trials and travails of dealing with high society, they managed to teach the Dogessa's daughter swear words, and much to her chagrin. And then they were surprised by an old flame, or some would say an old water, I guess, as Aurora was first encountering a old rival from her art academy days, the artist Antonio Graziano, as well as what became unveiled as his implied fiance, none other than Miss Verity Fontaine, who was quite shocked to see Aurora here at this event, and quite affronted by it. Aurora tried to plead with her about how much Aurora had suffered, and Verity expressed some sympathy, but honestly, much that Aurora doesn't seem to remember, Aurora was much of the harm caused to Verity at the end of their relationship. And so, with some reluctance, Verity basically said, "Good luck with your problems, figure it out. You ditched me. This is on you now." And with that, the heroes began to go outside and decompress. Aurora and Nafisa did some emotional venting before dancing under the fireworks, only to be joined later by Soleil and sorry, I'm getting over being sick. Soleil and Feng, who also started dancing, and with that, the rest of the party came to a close, and our heroes departed to return to the estate at the Montagna di Drago, where the dragon moms reside, to sleep off the rest of the night. The next morning, Feng was presented with a brand new Gallo Glass car by Emerald King Motors, a subsidiary corporation of House Duneray in the great Principality of Avalon, where she was formerly employed before a workplace injury, and by accepting this newfound car, she waived all potential liability to the corporation, and it was treated as a de facto settlement without any acknowledgement of wrongdoing.
I love to see it.
Additionally, Aurora received a letter from Antonio Graziano, who offered her to come critique his new arts installation opening up in the city of Orovino, and he would pay her 1,200 federal credits, which is a gold equivalent, to come to the city and critique his art installation, which is likely just for him to show it off to her and how much money he has, but it could be worthwhile for her to give her honest opinion to a longtime person she resents. And Soleil went to wander the city, where he was contacted by a member of the criminal syndicate known as the Shrouded Assembly, which Soleil had done some work for way back at his origin session several months ago in-game in the city of Signoviste. And while the contact had informed Soleil that his previous employer, Laszlo, is calling in the favor that Soleil owes him, and that Soleil needs to come to the city of Signoviste, where it has entirely gone to shit ever since the actions of Soleil murdering the High Arcanist Sandor Banda back in his origin session, and Laszlo needs Soleil's help to try and salvage the situation. So that is where we left off. So let's just jump right back into things. So, guys, you got some letters, you got some news. What y'all doing?
Yeah,
Go
I think Soleil is definitely gonna make his way back to the party to relay this little tidbit of information and just kind of read the vibe, see where everyone's at before he drops this little bombshell on them.
All right. Since Nafisa was the only one who didn't have something immediately pop up the morning of, what's Nafisa doing to start her day?
Are we still at the Dragon Mom's house
Yeah.
right now?
Mhm.
Yeah, this is the day
Oh,
after
she
the
is.
party.
She is actively just in the banquet hall waiting for breakfast. She's got her fork and knife out, and she's just waiting patiently for either Feng or a kobold to bring her breakfast. I'm assuming that's when like Soleil would walk in and just see her there. And at the moment, her head is empty. But if Aurora walks in the room, Nafisa is gonna like shoot beams at her from her eyes.
Aurora's making vent art in her room. Someone will have to get her.
Okay.
You're the only one that's up, Nafisa?
Yeah, you know. I went to bed and then I woke up because that's what you do after you go to bed. And then Nix and I were hungry and it was really hard to get Nix in here. Some of the servants were kind of worried about her size, but it's okay. And now we are just waiting because, you know, every time we wake up, we all see each other at breakfast, right?
Yeah, usually the routine. No one else has come down yet?
No, but well, last night was a lot. A lot of noises, a lot of moving, a lot of emotion. Maybe we could go around and see if they're awake. You know, they could still be asleep, but then they would, you know, miss breakfast, and then, you know, I think Fang would get really upset if she didn't have a hand in it, and, you know, Aurora needs her nutrition, and
Yeah,
I
I
want to
think
include Omega.
yeah, fair enough. Yeah, some breakfast will be good. I have a feeling we're gonna have a packed couple of days, so I think we should rally the troops, so to speak.
Let us rally them. Mhm.
Yeah, we'll go and we'll check on Fung and Aurora.
Okay. You probably are gonna run into Aurora first because Fung's probably outside with her car. Um, so yeah, you could go stop by Aurora's room, knock on her door if you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you knock, you probably just hear like a quick like scattering and such of things hitting the ground as she just kind of yells at us like, one second,
You decent?
mostly.
Oh, then we can come in and watch.
Yeah, that's good enough for me. Let's go.
Yeah.
They're just gonna walk in.
You love to see it. You love to see it.
You cannot keep these two out of your room at any time.
Fair enough. You'll see just like Aurora there. She's just wearing a t-shirt and underwear, and just like kind of just quickly turns around. And is like, I said mostly.
I mean, like,
Right.
if you... Yeah, like, that means, you know, positive decent, right? Not, like, negative decent. You know, you would say you are indecent, and then, you know, we know enough. We know the comment if you're indecent, but mostly decent is decent, right?
Yeah, you're not wrong. You can see she's got like just like a ton of paint on her hands and arms in general, and just
So, like, normal, yeah?
yeah, pretty. This is normal downtime Aurora look, minus the just not being fully dressed and put together. And so she just like you can see probably the little palette that she's painting on is very very abstract, just like colors and just vibes that just are hard to understand, but I think given last night, you can look at the kind of maelstrom being written or being drawn and just be like, yeah, that's that
It's
looks
different
about
from
right.
your usual work.
It is. Uh, just trying to let some of the emotions out, you know.
I like it. It's not so cut and dry. There's more feeling behind it.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. Maybe something I should try more often. Um, can I help you folks?
Oh, right. Yeah, we were
Breakfast.
gathering everyone for breakfast. I got a piece of a news to share that might be of interest to us. So
Oh,
if you feel
what's
like getting wholly decent, you can come downstairs.
okay? I'll need at least a little bit. She looks down at her hands. But yeah, I can be down in like 15.
That works. Walks
You
over to
want-
the window, looks out. Is that a new car?
What?
Huh?
There's Feng outside. She's working on a new car.
Since when do we have a car?
Look out the window. Feng's got a car.
Hold on.
Someone's
You
car.
hold
Yeah.
on. I get. Oh god.
If you guys look out the window, you see a brand new, top of the line, luxury sedan.
I'm sorry, luxury, and then sedan immediately.
Sedan is like the type.
Yeah.
It's like an Audi out there.
Hold on. Soleil, we can make this easier. And Nafisa will just open the window and shout at Feng. Feng, is that what are you doing? Feng!
There is a car.
Yes, we see.
They traded a lawsuit for a car, apparently.
I can't.
I think that's a pretty good deal. I don't know what good a suit would do you, but a car is very functional.
Yeah. Maybe we should talk inside. It's breakfast time. Put the car to the stables and come in. You can't just leave it out; it'll get cold.
Gotta feed and water it.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Brush
If you're
its
cold,
coat.
they're cold.
Do you proceed to go inside the house?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go on out, guys.
All right. I can take a hint. I can tell when I'm not wanted. Let's go, Nafisa.
But we are so wanted. And, like, imagine that's like Soleil dragging Nafisa out.
You are wanted, but I gotta take care of personal business.
Yeah. Get yourself all dolled up. We'll see you downstairs.
Nick, say bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Aurora can understand Nyx now.
Oh. Bye.
What? That's all you hear.
All right, so you guys leave the room. Aurora, do you get ready?
Naturally.
Okay. So about 15 minutes later, everybody trickles into the dining room where kobolds have started bringing out breakfast pastries and like carafe of coffee and some juices and stuff. And all of you are together.
Nafisa, like, strangely enough, is not touching her plate, but the same way where I mentioned that she would be beaming at Aurora, she is beaming at Soleil for the news.
Yeah, he'll let everyone, have a bite to eat before diving right in. But after a few minutes, I got a bit of a tip-off for something that, well, not quite a tip-off. It's a request, if you will.
Go on.
Spot of trouble. Back in Signoviste. A lot of factions vying for a power vacuum that's going on there. It's a real mess of things. But I owe somebody a favor back there, and it's been cashed in. And I think we ought to head over there and settle things down, help them out.
Very well. Is there any other business people would wish to discuss? I was going to bring up the new car, but I'm afraid that is no longer news.
I mean, it's still kind of news. You just
Yeah,
got a
it's
car?
new.
Yes, I lost my arm and much of my upper body's muscle in a tragic workplace accident. Nothing too important, I suppose, but
I mean,
they
That's
decided.
hold on. That sounds kind of important to me.
I kind of just sort
Oh,
of thought you.
You
Wait, I
never
don't know what.
wondered why I had a mechanical arm?
Well, I mean, no one likes to pry, but I
I
figured it was
personally. Oh, sorry,
some
good.
sort of war injury or battle scar or something.
Oh, in a manner of speaking, I suppose.
Do you want to tell us in detail about it? Soleil said, we shouldn't pry, and so, but I'm very curious. No, I I have also wondered for a little while, for a long while, since like day one.
I I was not always capable of the social graces you know me for, which I suppose may not be saying very much at all. But I made some mistakes with the first job I was given by my clan, and in the process of questioning whether I still held merit in that position in the workplace at large, I found myself distracted and indisposed, and I had my arm largely trapped in heavy machinery. I do not assume that much detail would be desired there, but if the word degloving means something, it is applicable. And then after say a year or so of physical therapy and working with my tutor in artificery, I was able to functionally create something of my own design that you see here. Are there other questions about that? Or
this wasn't like a school assignment or nothing.
no, it was a job.
No,
In
I meant,
fairness, it would have been quite good.
yeah, prompting us for questions.
Well, I was talking for a fair amount of time. I thought it only reasonable I offer someone a chance to step in, as it were, if there were further questions. I know I have a tendency to ramble otherwise.
So you just went and made yourself a whole other arm? Learned how to use it?
Well, first, I suppose I had to first, how to put it? I know there is a term for it. I had to re-find a joie de vivre, a reason to continue existing first. But after that, yes, the arm followed.
He just nods, and granted, there's not a lot of expression behind a skull deer mask, but his eyes glint with a high degree of admiration, and he just looks at you and goes, "That's really fucking rad, Feng."
Oh, I assure you, I do not use the pathetic excuse for fuel that Nexite does. So there's nothing radioactive within the JC.
I think he more so meant that as like it's really fucking cool. Not like cold either. Sorry. There's
I was wondering if we were going to get another one of these moments.
I will make note of that. And you see, she does actually just pull out a small moleskin that she has been taking notes in off screen.
And you said that that's why you got the card? Because you lost an arm?
Yes. In polite society, receiving such injuries on the job, often, at least, grounds to. I'm sorry, I do not know the system of the punitive system of your culture, Nafisa, is the concept of suing uh, courts familiar from either your own experience or of your tutors?
Oh, Professor Jacobs had me take notes on this, and she'll like open like the journal and like flip through a few pages and then go through
She
and then
nods appreciatively at the fellow moleskin haver.
Mhm. I no, we don't really have a system like that where I'm from, but I guess it's kind of the same. If someone does something wrong, they have to make up for it.
Yes, one can, it's called settle for something perhaps less, perhaps more than they would receive otherwise out of court to avoid entering the arena of court. So I suppose they deemed the price of a car to be significant enough to outset the debilitating pain, year of
they
physiological recovery and emotional damages
no
caused
no
by
no.
the
Wait a second.
Wait.
Hmm?
To you, is your arm worth a card? Is a card worth your arm?
No. Unfortunately, the receiving of the car alone, in the eye of self-immolating contracts, are deemed grounds of accepting the car as compensation and therefore waiving one's rights to
Man,
law.
I fucking hate rich people.
Agreed.
I, Fung, this is going to sound I don't want to be insensitive, but if you could get your arm back, would you?
Hmm. I do not think so at this point. I feel what I have experienced, negative alongside positive, outweighs the trauma I have experienced. So I suppose that I would not deign to regrow my arm if such was the proposition.
Well, thank you for sharing.
Of course, I would have shared it sooner if I'm being fully honest, but I was never asked.
And I guess in the spirit of sharing, um, I don't remember anything about the woman we met last night. So, I mean, like previous to the meeting last night. So, I would share it.
Like you don't remember, or you looks at you more intently. Don't remember.
I think it's more so does the same look back. Don't remember.
Hmm.
If I had to guess.
Slowly makes a note of intonation? Question mark, question mark.
Hold on,
Requires
I'm still writing
research.
Feng's notes into the Feng chapter. Hold on.
But I guess we will see what happens with that. I was planning on talking to Nethrys later, so we'll see how that goes. Oh, actually, I don't know if anyone has any thoughts about that. I suppose I should wait.
I mean, I know things are probably pretty tender right now, but could she not be a lead of some kind for you?
Nethrys?
No,
Very.
Yeah.
I really think so. I mean, I asked her if she knew my dads. She said yes. Or at least knew of them.
Hmm.
So, like, I have a wild feeling that she probably knows me better than maybe even I know me.
Hmm.
It seems as if you had upset her greatly in the past, says Omega.
It does seem that way. She certainly came on real heavy with that.
It seems as if you had stolen her property. She made specific note as to that ring you wear.
I don't understand other than that I bought it for her apparently, and
I
then
must
she
admit, it did always resemble something of an engagement ring.
does it. I guess. Shit.
You were wise not to return it. She did hate you after all. It would have been a waste of potential currency.
I don't know, we could always get her a new one. I mean, get you a new one, or if it doesn't, feel right anymore.
I mean, I've been wearing this for well over a year at this point. It still feels kind of right. I don't know. Maybe it's a good reminder of my mistakes. I guess one other thing. Soleil, your whole thing sounds a mighty fine bit more important than mine, but Antonio did invite us, or rather, I suppose mostly me, to come to his art gallery, to give my thoughts on his newest collection.
And you
Ugh.
worry that this is a trap of sorts?
That man is. I don't think it's a trap.
I excuse the term. A trap of manners. A attempt to humiliate.
I mean, he could. Though nobody really in this world knows who I am anymore. Not that they really did in the first place. So, I mean, he's paying us 1,200 credits. So, like,
So let me get this straight. He's paying you 1,200 credits. You, a person he vocally dislikes, to come and critique his art?
that's what I gathered.
Does this man have a humiliation kink by chance?
Hey yo, hey yo.
I don't
You
know.
know,
He didn't
considering
seem particularly fond of the shit that I made his shoes smell like.
considering what I remember of him and how many times he lost so thoroughly to my own personal skill, it wouldn't surprise me. Though you'd think he would have come on to me a little bit more if that were the case. Considering I just humiliated him at every turn.
I mean, I don't think any of you guys gave him a chance to. But it
I
does
mean,
sound a little weird.
it does. But, I mean, 1,200 credits for just showing up. We can use that to do good for other people.
Mhm.
But all things considered, Slay, we're going to help yours first. That sounds like it actually matters.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't gonna say nothing, much as I would love to go to Tony's art gallery. I do kind of think this is a pressing matter.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants to try and humiliate me, I don't really give a shit. I've got like no shame left in my body at this point. So, all power to him. I'd love to humiliate him back. Probably some dumbass art gallery display of the pride of the UFAS and all that good stuff. Real patriotic bullshit.
Just gonna add on Aurora's page, Aurora question mark humiliation question mark.
That's all I got though.
What business was it you said this friend of yours dealt in?
Ah,
I like to think at this moment he's like looking over at Nafisa before
yeah,
giving the news.
that's exactly what I was picturing.
those
He's looking
big
right
old
at
eyes.
Nafisa.
She's got the fucking golden retriever face on it.
I'm gonna have to level with y'all. We're gonna have to be real cool with a lot of stuff real quick.
Are we going somewhere cold?
No, not cold, but you see, Laszlo's he's done right by me. When I first showed up, uh, on this plane, he was the first to take me in and show me what's what and help me out, get me on my feet. And I did some work for him in return, pay for his kindness. You know, uh, muscle work, so to speak. Um, he I guess you could say his business is well, just that business. But more of the the underside, if you get my meaning.
The sewers.
Not literally the underside.
They like
Then no, I do not follow the fullness of your meaning.
criminals.
Yeah, he ain't exactly doing things by the book.
Oh, I wish you had simply said as much. I'm very familiar with the going on of criminals.
Well, I'm glad you're so open to the idea. I was kind of worried that, our certain motley crew had a disdain for such things, but
Our first adventure together really was just stealing, right? From really bad people, but we stole something. We had bounties. We're pretty crime. We're pretty cool.
Pretty crime.
Wasn't going to
he
say
just,
anything.
he
but I'm
just
so glad.
nods, puts a hand on Nafisa's shoulder, like, that's right.
Someone needs to do art of Nafisa saying, "We're pretty crime."
We're pretty crime. Yeah, so he's gotten in a bit of a territorial since things kind of went to shit. Which I feel like he kind of winces a little. I feel like I have to disclose this too. I don't really want to, but y'all heard the news about the big well, now it's a catastrophe, but there was a really powerful mage guy that died out that way.
Everybody
Oh, yeah.
make history checks.
Okay.
I should
15.
be...
Unless you feel like you would know that.
Well, I rolled a 22 too, so
Alright.
absolutely know this.
For 15, I'm gonna say that. Sorry, I am dying.
Oh.
I'm gonna say that Feng and Nafisa, you did hear, in the news. It's like one of those things when you're scrolling through like CNN and you see like a post about, like the situation in like Syria during the Civil War or something, where it's just kind of this ongoing series of issues that doesn't necessarily pop out to you, so you didn't look at the article that closely, but you saw the headlines. So you're like aware that there was a very powerful arcanist who died in Tyrol, and after his death, the region has not been doing well. That's kind of the extent that you guys know about it. Aurora, yeah, you know about the High Arcanist Sandor Banda, who was an incredibly powerful divination wizard in particularly the city of Signoviste in the Republic of Skiar, where he was you're also a wizard. He was a real big mover and shaker to a lot of elites, doing divination stuff for them. He was murdered by a mysterious assailant who they've never been able to catch. But he was very gruesomely and brutally murdered, almost like a feral animal got to him. And apparently he had a contingency spell set up on his death that it released all of his dossiers, reports, and files about all the jobs he had done for all kinds of very powerful and influential people throughout specifically Tyrol, and to a lesser extent the rest of the Federation and somewhat of Erixia, and released all of that, and it has caused an almost total collapse in civil society there, as they're struggling with the repercussions of it. So that's kind of what you know.
Holy shit. That was you?
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, good work, but
thank you. Some
Huh?
of my finest, to be honest, if I'm gonna be real, but yeah, that looks very slowly at Nafisa. Just yeah, that was me.
I see.
I mean, so we're going there to fix it, right?
He is very thoroughly dead at this point.
Well, no. I mean, obviously we can't bring back the dead. I mean, like, can we? Looks at Aurora.
Not yet.
But
not
no,
yet.
no.
Not unless you feel like collecting the pieces of them.
No, huh? But yeah, no. I mean, like, we can just I mean, Soleil, I'm not going to be mad at you. Besides, that was one of the first things you did in here, right? In this
That was
world, right?
the very first, as a matter of fact.
Then I can't like judge you or anything. There was a lot going on, and if you're scared and alone in the world, and there's a scary wizard, and
Nafisa, this is killing me. I have to say it just very, very honestly. This was a very, and he's gonna look around, make sure there's like no servants or whatever around.
You see a couple kobolds look up at you with their big kobold eyes, and they kind of look at each other, then look up at you, and one of them says something in Hydroconic to the other, and they go, "Oh," and they scamper away.
Oh no, they're gonna tell the Ladies of Light this is going in the dossier.
You don't think they already know?
Yeah, they probably already know.
Yeah.
I have to be completely transparent with you. This was a very intentional act. I singled this guy out. But in my defense, it wasn't just because he was he's one of the people responsible for my grandmother being where she is.
Oh, Soleil, I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, no, I really can't judge you, and I never want to, enforce my views on you guys. I won't ever kill, but I know there are circumstances, and I'm not going to hate you. You're important to me, Soleil.
Before we say that we will never kill, what precisely is your friend expecting us to do?
Well,
Continues awkwardly looking at Nafisa.
We're going to deal with the civil unrest, right? And the problems caused as a result of what happened, and we're going to help people, right?
That is the ideal situation, and I really hope that that's how it's going to be, is that things are resolved rationally.
Omega will put a hand on Nafisa's shoulder and look at her and say, "What Soleil is indicating is that in light of his previous assassination, he is likely being employed to perpetuate further assassinations. Perhaps not even that if they are not politically motivated. Perhaps just murder of potentially the foes of his employer."
This is just the "I'm afraid we have to kill this guy" meme.
Yo. The phrase "wet work" was unfortunately used.
It could be talking about sewers, like Feng said.
No, I unfortunately must confirm the radio dramas are very clear what wet work mean, and it is very violent.
Then do you think he'll pay us extra if we, come up with a creative solution that does not involve the wet work?
I don't.
You know what? I'm gonna say that if you somehow come up with something realistic that does not call for killing people, and Laszlo still gets what he wants, I think he'd be mighty pleased. But good luck with that.
Either way, I suppose we'll see what happens, because you said he's a good man, right?
I didn't say that. I said he's done good by me.
Okay, well, so it goes. Jeez.
So it goes.
I mean, if he was okay with you doing what you did, then... Oh, God. I suppose we'll see. We'll get to know him a little better. in the near future, right?
For the record, I very much like Laszlo, but I do recognize that he is not what you would call a good person.
Okay. Well, I'm not a good person either, apparently. So,
No.
uh, I mean, I broke someone's heart, apparently real bad.
Easily comparable to assassination.
Hmm? Thank you, Omega.
Omega nods.
This is my own mistakes coming back to bite me in the ass. I don't want to get you guys dragged into this unnecessarily, especially if I have to do something that we might not want to do.
Allow me to stop you right there, Soleil. We have already willingly made ourselves target of a international band of mercenary assassins for the sake of your acquaintanceship. I do not think this is going to add terribly much upon that.
I'm not sure if that makes me feel better or not, but thank you, Feng.
I mean, we are all wanted criminals, essentially.
At this point, you all really are a sunk cost fallacy of murder and mayhem.
Thank you, Omega.
Omega nods.
I'm like the very definition of a sunk cost fallacy over here.
You guys are the. That doesn't sound like a good thing to describe yourselves as, but I don't know what it means. But you guys are worth a lot. And Soleil, if you end up having to take a life, I want to do it myself, but my babu told me that there are consequences to killing, and I want you to know that, you're helping me find my mama, we're helping Aurora, we're helping Feng. I'll be there with you, no matter what comes, okay? We will deal with it together. She looks very uncomfortable saying all this.
Glad to hear that. I know this isn't something you would you'd ever choose to do yourself. And I hope nothing bad comes of it. I can't be leaving debts unpaid.
That's an important thing, especially for the fair, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we can take care of it together, okay? But if I come up with an awesome way to solve the problem without killing, you have to support me, okay?
Hey, if you can do that, I'll back you 110%.
Ooh, that's a big number. Okay, I'm holding you to that. That is not a fey pack. That is a draconic pack, okay?
What is the difference? What makes it a draconic pact?
There's no. I'm not going to do anything weird to your memories or anything. If you don't fulfill it, it's just going to be like a promise, okay? I don't know how to describe
Not
it.
all fate pacts have to
Oh.
do with manipulating memories.
No.
I
I got this one. My little sister taught me this one. Here. And he'll reach out his pinky to you.
Oh, okay, we can do that. We can do that. The little dragons can twist around each other and cover their necks. Lumis knows this one too, probably.
He'll give the little pinkies a shake.
Mhm.
Isn't your sister like 5 years old?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Huh.
Oh, she's already
Not
making
that
deals and
sister.
swindling people. You know, she's. Y'all better watch out when she comes to your plane.
At 5?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, you have a sister?
Wait, what's 5 in like Fey years?
No, I mean like literally 5.
Oh dang, that's scary.
But yeah, I've got a little sister.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. Kind of looks distantly, clearly reminiscing about something. Well, thank you guys. Seriously.
Well,
I'll owe you by the end of this.
I guess we best get ready then. Are we taking train, or are we taking this new car? I suppose it's
Oh, we
too
should-
far for our car.
We should also tell the ladies of light. I will 1, 2, 3. I do it. Okay.
Maybe don't like give all the details. Maybe just
We're going on a trip to
Oh,
Signoviste.
okay. Okay, then I'll ask Zelek, because Zelek will, I figured it out, Zelek doesn't want to get in trouble like us, right? So I can tell Zelek everything, and then she will omit it.
No, maybe we don't tell Zelek
Okay,
all the details either. Maybe we just say we're scoping out the situation and seeing what we can do to help, which is true.
Okay, I will go talk to Zelek, and I will, hide the details about people and named people and wet work. Got it? Okay.
Aurora, can you please go with her?
Okay.
Aurora, I got this. I got this. Please, please.
I'm gonna go with you, Nafisa.
Okay, but that's only because you like me and because you totally believe in me. Okay.
Yeah, I believe in you, Nafisa, 100%.
Mm-hmm. And we'll leave tonight, or tomorrow morning, or afternoon.
I will need at least a few hours to install the oil slick containers that I have created for this.
Okay.
Yeah, let's plan to leave tonight.
Okay. Yeah, logistically, you think it will, you do have a car, you could always bring it with you, but it would probably be much faster to take a train than to drive to Signoviste. But you're more than welcome to drive if you want to do a full road trip.
Oh, don't tempt. Don't tempt.
I think we go tonight, and we save the car for the Aurora art gallery trip, because that doesn't seem as
yeah, we gotta roll up in our new Audi.
Yeah, driving within Umbria is much easier than driving from Umbria to Tyrol, because you're basically going from like the southeast side of Umbria up the coast, and then going across all of Tyrol to go near the Erixis Mountains, where Soleil started the campaign at. So you're crossing like 2 full countries to get to Signoviste. So it will take a lot longer than if you were driving within Umbria.
We gotta roll up to Antoni's place in an Audi
with oil slicked tubes.
Yes, we'll
but you can bring it to Signoviste if you want to drive around town.
Nah, we could rent like a car or something.
They have public transportation, right?
I'm sure that we can set it up so that how much could the freight ticket cost for a car of this size?
With that in mind, Nafisa, what do you tell Zelek?
Zelek, hi. Aurora's with me. Nexus is with me. Zelek, so we actually are heading to Signoviste to deal with civil unrest there. It's I think you already know this in the reports, but it's around where Soleil first landed. So he's got a friend there that we need to help, and we don't have any outstanding work. We are going to help people. So is that okay?
Wait, I thought you all were traveling around to go discover ley lines. What does going to Signoviste have to do with anything?
Well, I mean, the ley lines aren't going anywhere, but Soleil's friend,
The-
needs something urgent.
The leylands also, it's important to scout around the entire UFest just in case there is one hiding around here. So, if we can kind of kill two birds with one stone, then all the better.
Wait, who is Soleil's friend that you're gonna be meeting with there?
Leslie? I don't know. I just heard the name.
Leslie.
I'm not very good with common names. Who is your friend from last night that I was I fucking up their name? Antonio? Was I messing up their name?
Antonio?
Antimony.
Yeah.
It's fine. I mean, we're going out to try and help some people as well as, just take a look around the rest of the entire UFest to see if we can find anything that might help with the quest. So,
You do know that Signoviste is incredibly dangerous right now.
indeed we do. It's
That's why we have to help. Zelik, the reason, I mean, the ladies of light pay us and everything, but you know the work is good, right? Like, the work we do is for the better, right? This is that. And besides, we already have Nex Corps bringing down our necks, right? I mean, how much more dangerous could it be?
no.
Well, you know that if you're going to Signoviste, that's really one of Nexcor's strongholds. It's one of the primary Nexite refinery cities in all of the Eastern Federation.
Then that's even more reason for us to go there and learn, right?
Are we sure we should take Omega with us then?
You're not there.
Yeah, that's fair. Out of character, though. Are we sure we should take Omega with us then?
I think-
We'll figure something out.
Okay.
It is
We
dangerous, but
we do understand the danger. It's for the good of the people, though.
if danger was enough to scare us away from helping people, then we wouldn't have left home.
One moment.
And she says something in High Draconic into a gem earpiece, and you see another kobold comes in and hands her a dossier that she skims through, and her eyes go wide for a moment, and then she closes the dossier and looks at you guys and goes,
Well, if that's what you think is best, then perhaps you should go.
What was that, Zelik? Why are you so... Insight check. I want to insight check this.
Okay,
Yeah.
insight check.
Aurora is terrible at this, but is also going to insight check it.
You could help me.
6.
Insight 13.
Ooh.
What else, Zelik? What do we have here?
Zelik clearly saw something very pertinent to what is happening in Signoviste that has changed her mind very quickly. She has learned something relevant that she is now very supportive.
Zelik?
We will arrange for you to get train tickets to the city, and if there is anything that you need to report, you please feel free to let us know, and we will notify the crew of the Durndorf that you will be gone for a bit, and good luck.
Zelik?
Yes.
No.
This is something important, and even a bit of you thinks you should tell us. I think you should tell us. Because we are going somewhere dangerous, like you said, and we are going to help people, like we said. And if what you said could help us do better there, then if what you read could help us do better there, then I think we should know.
I don't feel like it will necessarily come into play, but while you're there, you may run into resources of the family, and so we do feel that this is in the lady's best interest for you to be there.
Wait, what do you mean by resources?
No.
Like the... Oh,
With-
sorry, go ahead, Aurora.
We should just thank the Major Domo and accept that as what it is.
No. Zelik is my friend now. I
Uh,
might not be hers, but she is mine. And if there's something that she's worried about, we should hear about it. And if you could tell us what these resources are, like if they're like the skull that we got the first time, then we could, make sure they bring it back, if that's what you mean.
No, we've got various agents within the city, and we do feel like this would coincide with some of our long-term plans. I don't want to go into too much detail because it may be a liability to both you and them.
Okay, but you don't have to tell us about them, but Aurora, I need you to not tell Soleil or Feng, or just don't tell Soleil I'm asking about this, but um, if you have, Zelik, if you are free today, could you go over the situation in Signoviste with me?
Um, uh, of course, I can provide you some reports to inform you.
I want to be able to solve the situation there in my way, and I will make my brain really, really hot trying to figure it out. So I will read everything. Dossiers, reports, stories, whatever you want me to.
Right. I'll see what I can gather together for you before you leave tonight.
Okay, I will wait here.
You don't have to wait like literally in my office.
No, I want to study with you because you're very good at this sort of thing.
I have
so
to
I need
gather
you.
it. I don't keep it all in here.
Nafisa,
Oh.
you gotta go pack your things too, I'm sure.
Okay. But I will be hounding you for help, okay, Zelik?
Of course. I am well aware of how persistent you are.
She smiles and says, "Thank you." I think we're good there.
Okay.
We're gonna be the death of that poor woman.
Taking years off her life. So out of character, it perhaps might be good to leave Omega behind because you will be getting a different companion in the city.
Interesting.
We should ask
Also,
Omega.
probably should not be bringing her to the literal next
Yeah,
door
yeah.
headquarters.
Omega,
Yeah.
what do you think?
Omega is the suits me, I'm easy. If you want to ask Omega about it, Omega would say, "We understand the security concerns. If you feel it would be best for us to stay here, then we can do that."
Will you be able to continue researching the ley lines without us?
We could explore some alternative venues that we had not pursued while accompanying you.
That sounds promising.
We do not wish to be overly optimistic, for hope is the first step on the road to disappointment.
Either way, I think it's a good idea to, at least for yourself, lay low, especially considering I'm sure NextCore has their eyes on you extraordinarily heavily right now.
Understood. If that is what you believe is best, we will cooperate. And we wish you the best of luck in your assassinations and wet work. And then she puts her hand on Nafisa's shoulder and says, "Best of luck trying to stop them."
Thank you. I will be very hopeful because it will come through.
Omega nods.
Okay. I think we're good.
Okay. So is there anything anybody wants to do as you gather your stuff? I did put in the Discord chat that you guys did get paid 300 credits for going to the ball, if you wanted to buy anything before you leave.
Let's see.
Say, Aurora's just gonna go buy a few health potions.
Okay. Well, meta
But-
apothecary!
Yeah, I would say, but no need to do anything other than
No.
to say that.
Would it be possible to buy items in Signoviste? I haven't had the chance to talk to you about certain items. That's okay.
You are less likely to acquire rarer end items in Signoviste than you would be here. But if you want to buy something specifically there, we can talk about it.
Got it. I'm mainly just asking because I haven't had time to,
Gotcha.
also the gold.
Okay. Anything else from anyone?
Let's see. So you said 300?
Yep.
All right, just updating this. I didn't really have anything planned, and
That's fine. You just
I can't think of anything for
Yeah,
5.
that's fine. Then we can just save it. We can save it for the future.
okay. Yeah. With that, you guys can get your stuff together. Before you depart, Zelik will hand a ream of papers to Nafisa and say,
This is probably the most you can handle and the most I could easily correlate together on a quick turnaround, but hopefully it'll be at least somewhat enlightening.
Thank you, Zelik. I will be. This is okay for me to write on and put notes on, right?
Sure, it's they're just copies.
Okay. I will be sure to contribute and give them back to you when we return. Thank you again, Zelik.
Of course. Good luck, everyone. From what I've gathered, you're gonna need it.
Thanks, Alec.
as you prepare to depart, Omega says, "Stop. There is something that must be done before you leave."
Huh?
Omega will walk forward and extend out their arms and give you guys a big group hug.
Oh.
Oh, it's learning. They're learning so well.
I'm gonna miss you, Omega.
Omega nods.
You'll miss us too, I know.
And with that, you guys can safely depart to the train station.
Okay. All right, we depart to the train station.
Yep. So, guys can get tickets. It's gonna be a 3-day train ride to get there. Because it is quite far away, but it will take you to the base of the Erixus Mountains. And Soleil actually is pretty familiar with this route, considering he's literally traveled to get to Vennonia in the first place. So, while you guys are on the train, is there anything you want to do in particular?
Nafisa will be spending that entire train ride like in the same way that she was raised as by Professor Jacobs, just full on like reading, note taking, and thinking, studying.
Make a history check to see how well you process all the information.
I'm proficient.
Manifesting.
It's a 12.
Okay.
Can I give a help action to that as the dutiful child of the historian?
Sure. You can
Okay.
Nafisa roll again.
I have Fung. Natural!
Natural 20!
Let's go!
That's my bestie.
What the Fung? You're like, man, this is really overwhelming. And then Fung busts out some flashcards for you, some real Venn diagrams, pie charts, and suddenly the visualization really helps clarify this incredibly dense complex political subject matter. So, while you are in Signoviste, you do not have to make any history rolls for anything involving the city or the politics of the various parties and factions involved there.
Oh,
It's
that's
insane.
huge.
I'm not running that. Holy shit, that is insane. Thank you, Obsidian. Thank you, Feng. Oh my god.
This is just the hobby of a child who like grew up learning to proofread her father's theses.
So,
It's
yep,
so
there you go,
bad.
Nafisa. Another random Nafisa nat 20.
Tell me everything about your world and character, Hobbs. I need it.
So
Can we
yeah,
get some dog champs in chat?
you have all the lore. And if you ever have a question about anything, just ask me and I will tell you. Is kind of how it works for the lore of Signoviste now. So yeah, Aurora.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have something,
Okay.
which is probably like later that night. I just want to ask just before we get into this. Aurora has not reached out to Nethrys since the ball. I assume Nethrys has not said anything either.
That is correct.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm. Okay, then as we're all just kind of sitting in our little group car, Aurora's gonna speak up to the party and just say, "Can I borrow you folks for the next little while?"
Of
I
course.
mean, we're all right here. Like,
I know. This is more than just like, well, it's different than just talking, but
What did you need to speak on?
I told you that I'm gonna talk to Nethrys. I I wanted you all to listen.
All right.
And
do you? I mean, mind you, I think it's a very good idea to talk to Nethrys, but do you think it would be a good idea to have all of us here? I mean, if she feels cornered, she might be a little less obliged to be forthcoming.
you're not wrong. I just I don't want to do this alone anymore. Just in case. I don't want there to be a situation where I don't remember what's been said.
I will take notes.
And none of you I don't want any of you to talk during it, to be clear.
All right.
I just want you to watch over me.
I could think Nexus become the more responsible of the two in response to the group's needs, and will just cover Nafisa's mouth.
Is that alright?
Zhao Hongdu also helps cover Nafisa's mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
however, we can help.
Okay. She'll just kind of take a deep breath and reach out. Nethrys? Are you there?
Your shadow extends out a bit and you see the purple eyes light up from it.
I noticed when I asked that question yesterday, you didn't respond. I'd like to ask it again. Did you do that?
Why do you want to know?
Because I'm scared. I don't know what's going on. I seem to have forgotten something incredibly valuable to me.
Seems like you've forgotten something that greatly hurt you.
That may be true. But it's not. Did she hurt me?
It seems in a manner of speaking, but not as much as you hurt her.
So I did. I mean, if Faye can't lie, then that's the truth. Did I want to forget her? Did I
don't know.
ask you? Did I ask you to make me forget her?
No.
Do you feel bad?
Why should I?
We've never gone a single day without talking to each other. Yet we just did.
You needed space.
Hmm. You do know my emotions quite well for someone that doesn't feel them.
I have been with you for some time. I would fail in my purpose if I did not understand you.
Nethrys, I don't want to forget anything else.
I can't control that.
Then who does?
You. Always you.
But wait a minute. I didn't ask for Verity's memories to be erased. Then what? What did I do?
You are the only one who can control what you remember and what you don't.
Okay. Then I suppose, just like a lot of things, I'm gonna be needing to do a whole lot of thinking and doing my best to make things right.
If that is what you think is best, we will still be, or I will still be here for you.
I just never want to forget anything.
An understandable sentiment.
Was this forgetting was because of the deal I made?
I can't say.
Do you know the deal?
I know the words.
Can you tell me then?
A moment as I scroll up to what I wrote. Give me one moment. All right. Okay, here we go. I will give you the skills to achieve your dreams. I will let you capture every image and experience you see. All talents will be yours, your aspirations set free, but always you must do it and leave a piece for me.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You can go back to your dormant state now.
Understood. Hopefully in the future you will not need so many to talk to me. And the eyes disappear. And your shadow goes back to where it should be.
That went well.
Yeah, all things considered.
Mm-mm.
You can talk now, both of
I wrote it down word for the word, and it's in the Aurora chapter of my journal, but I can write a copy for you.
I mean, I suppose that wouldn't hurt. Thank you to all of you.
She didn't seem none too pleased. Is she gonna be okay?
I don't know if upset's the right word, but considering she's got no emotions, but God, she sure as hell seemed upset.
I think, in a way, I'm kind of proud of you, Roy. You finally learned to ask the right kind of questions. I think you learned something real important.
I mean, I still don't really get it, but maybe I can figure it out.
Kind of tilts his head at that in a curious expression, but he doesn't elaborate.
She kind of goes to look down at her knapsack and just the little easel that's there. Thinks about if she wants to just do some more drawing till let time pass by. And then the thought just enters her head for a bit. And she gets scared. Before just kind of sitting there in silence.
Can I insight check Aurora?
Sure.
Sure.
Never mind, it's a 5.
Nope.
I don't know nothing.
Aurora's struggling.
Yeah, she's upset.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Is there anything else that you want to say in that scene to each other before we move on to the next?
I'm good.
I will say, as an aside, doesn't have to be RP'd, but as a thank you for Feng helping with the history, Nafisa will lend her the yaoi if she's interested.
You know what?
This
May
is
as
about the Jormungandr.
Oh. And the Jormungandr is his...
It is a song about a very large and terrifying creature that the singer is hopelessly in love with. And it'll just go from there. We don't need to do a whole RP sentence. Yeah.
I do not wish to alarm you, but I believe it may be a euphemism.
No, it's not from the UFAS.
A euphemism.
You fascism? Well, I didn't say that.
Oh. With that in mind, Feng chooses whether or not to read the Yaoi fan fiction. But we will we're gonna go to Soleil for a moment.
Aw.
Soleil. You know, it's a long train ride to Signoviste, and you know, you don't dream as a true fae, you know, but you do sleep, and sometimes you remember. And with all the thoughts of talking to Nafisa and the thought of seeing Laszlo again and what is expected of you, for some reason you think back to when you were just a little kid. You were probably no more than 10 years old, growing up in the Feywilds at the vast hunting lodge of King Oberon of the Wild Hunt. And, you know, it's been pretty usual for you that every so often your moms will go attend revelries with King Oberon and his many hunters and hounds. And one of the things you've noticed is, you know, your dad never goes to these things. Your dad doesn't really seem to like really any of the Fae, aside from your mother's, obviously. And so usually when one of these revelries happens, he usually, you know, teaches you to do some. You're 10 years old, so you know part of it was, you know, him teaching you to walk and stuff when you were a toddler. Him teaching you to draw. You know, you remember when you first were just doing like finger painting, basically. And you remember looking up at your dad as you like basically slapped the side of his face and there was just black ink and a handprint all across him, and him you know, laughing with you. You remember as you got a bit older him beginning to teach you some fighting arts, how to, you know, practice with the sword and other weapons. And usually he spends a lot of time with you whenever your mothers are at revelries. But this time he doesn't really come to get you. You know, many of the Fae will go off to do this, and they tell you that you're not allowed to come until you're older. um, so you usually, will go up to hijinks and stuff during this until your dad finds you. But, it comes to be what is the closest approximation of evening, and your dad still hasn't come to get you. What's going through a young Soleil's head?
Truthfully, I think that Soleil was the type of kid who had a very active, imagination. And so I do think, even though, a part of him is like, I should feel concerned that my dad isn't here yet, I think he's just more preoccupied with keeping himself from boredom. um, so I think while he's fidgeting and fussing and trying his best to be patient, he's basically concocting little adventures in his mind, or here's what I'm gonna do with dad once he's here.
Mhm.
Really just anything to keep himself busy. Pick up a stick, pretend it's a sword, hit a tree with it.
There's a little displacer beast kitten that follows you around as you're scampering about, practicing slapping trees and stuff. One of Prince's children, basically just kind of hanging out with you. But yeah, so you wander around. You hear, you hear the various raucous, noises coming from deeper in the lodge, and you're just like your dad. He doesn't actually stay in the lodge itself. He's kind of built himself his own home area, that is separate and apart from the lodge. And it's right next to there's the best way to describe it is there is organized nature. Much of the Feywilds is obviously wild and stuff, especially here around the Hunt's domain. But your father Kai-Shen is really he's created a small pond, which has it's kind of been structured around, as well as he has a little garden of weird fey plants.
He's got the Zen garden, yeah.
Yeah. And so he's got something that is clearly bringing organization and structure to a place that is antithetical to it. And so as you wander around, with your sword, one of the fey one of the fey horses will look at you and go, and Sylvan goes, "Whoa, what are you wandering around here for? Shouldn't you be off doing something else?"
He just kind of looks up and puffs up his chest, and he goes, "I'm going adventuring."
"Oh, sorry, didn't realize we were getting in the way of you adventuring over here. I'm just a horse. I just go where I'm told, so don't listen to me or anything. Not like I'm an ancient fey being. It's okay. Enjoy your little adventure, little one."
He just kind of nods, waves his little stick around, and just loudly proclaims that he's gonna go find his dad.
"Oh yeah, quite the adventure you came up with for yourself. Real grand question." As you wander off. The horse does a whinny and goes back to eating some insects that it has found nearby that screech and scream as it noms on them. But yeah, eventually, you see your dad's little man cave, if anything. And you see that the lights are on inside. He's obviously in there. What do you do?
I don't think he would stand on any kind of ceremony. He figures he's always welcome here. So he's just gonna waltz right in, throw the door open, um, and just immediately start looking for him. Wandering through each room. Dad, Dad, Dad.
As you wander through, this place once again is very antithetical to the rest of the Fey Wilds. Like, there is nothing of Fey architecture and design here, aside from the fact that it is literally made of like Fey trees and stuff. Like, all of the internal designs are very distinctly mortal in their aesthetics. And you see the walls have these great tapestries over them, showing stories about this group known as Rose Gold, who was this adventuring party that your father served with for a swath of his life in his home plane. There's stories about each of them, as well as some of the people that they had encountered in their adventures and travels. You see stories stories and pictures of various like soldiers from several different armies, which kind of have all blurred together to you. You obviously don't recognize any of them, but your dad has mentioned them offhandedly from his time serving in what was known as the Last War, was what it was called in his home plane, where he fought in it for many decades with his clan Zhao. And as you kind of weave through it, you come to what is the closest thing to, I would say, is his core sanctuary. This is the place where, like, it has his armor rack with his his massive suit of stylized goblinoid full plate with all of these like razor blade spikes coming out of it, and it's incredibly dangerous. Your dad does not let you touch it or get anywhere near it, but you have definitely clipped yourself more than a few times because you're an idiot child.
True.
And when your dad tells you, don't touch my super serrated impaling armor, you go, well, that's a challenge.
Yep.
It also has his weapon rack of his very specific personal weapons, not just the various weapons he trains you on. And it also is where he does his actual artwork and everything. And as you go in there, you see that it is very like dimly lit, just a few barely embering lanterns in these like little paper lamps. And you see your dad in his like his black silk robe with its gold designs on it, and his combat fatigue pants and boots, just sitting there, kind of staring up at one of his paintings of a group of goblinoids, and he is holding a like a stylized kind of bowl cup that he is taking sips from, and you see that there's just tears running down the sides of his face as he looks up at this and is muttering to himself in Goblinoid.
At this point, granted, Soleil's a very young child at this point, and being multilingual has different stages. Do I at all understand any of the Goblinoid that he's speaking to himself?
Yes, you very specifically hear words that are you know them to be family. They're clearly familial bonds, words for family, etc. Because you've heard your dad say that about you. But the rest of it is much harder to pin down. Here's something that sounds kind of like ending, maybe, in Goblinoid. It's not necessarily clear. But he is quite distraught.
I think Soleil will slowly walk up to him. Like his demeanor shifts, even though he's an excitable child. He recognizes Kai-Shen is a very stoic guy. So when
Yeah.
he's feeling any kind of heavy emotions, it's very apparent. And so Soleil almost feels like kind of cowed whenever this happens. Like he doesn't quite know what to do with himself. Um, but he'll just approach, as calmly as a 9-year-old, 10-year-old can, um, and just sit down next to him and hold the stick in his lap and looks up to Kai-Shen and goes, "Baba, are you okay?"
Um, Kai-Shen is a trained warrior, and so it is very rare, despite Soleil's best efforts, he ever gets the drop on Kai-Shen. But you notice that in this moment, Kai-Shen actually does a brief um, a brief moment of looking startled, and he instinctively reaches his right hand over to grab something that isn't there. And then he kind of processes it for a moment, and he looks over at Soleil. His eyes are, bloodshot from crying. And he very quickly then kind of just wipes the tears off his cheeks and puts the cup down, which is very, it's very acrid. It's clearly alcohol that he was, he was drinking. And he puts on a kind of very tight paternal smile as he sees Soleil, as he kind of gestures to come over. He goes, Soleil, I'm sorry, I was distracted.
Distraction is a warrior's first weakness.
So is assuming he knows more than his betters, as he kind of grabs you and swoops you into a hug.
Gives him a big hug back.
And kind of holds you at his lap for a moment, and he looks down at you and kind of stroking your hair and goes, I'm sorry I didn't come get you. Today it's been a hard day.
He shakes his head. That's all right. I was having adventures and I found a sword and I slew a horse.
Oh, I see I have trained you well. Perhaps
I didn't actually slay the horse. He got away.
it simply means you must train more, and then he will not escape your blade a second time.
Mm.
Do you have the stick with you?
Uh-huh. Yep, he's got it in his lap.
Kai-Shen will look at the stick and go, is this your blade?
Mm-hmm. I picked it up.
He's got you in one hand. He takes the sword, or he takes the stick and kind of swings it around a bit. And goes, and he nods approvingly and says, "It is a fine weapon. You have chosen well. I see that you are already beginning to discern what is the most capable tool that you can find."
He beams really proudly at that. His eyes kind of sparkle, but then it gets dampened just a little bit. As he kind of pouts like, "Yeah, well, real swords are still too heavy."
That they are, but in time you'll be able to wield them well. I know it, and I will ensure it as soon as you're ready. And at that, you see his lip kind of quiver a little bit as he says that. As you see what he says, as soon as you're ready, he looks back at the painting again.
Baba, is that a new painting?
Yeah, yes. He kind of turns you around to look at it. In the painting, you see that there are five goblinoid figures in it. There is a there is a tall bugbear woman, a much shorter goblin woman. There is a what looks to be probably teenage, like probably 16, 16, 18-year-old hobgoblin woman. And then there is a uh, there is a goblin uh, there is a goblin woman, a young, probably 10-year-old child, and then there is a even younger bugbear. I mean, not bugbear. Sorry, hobgoblin male child who's probably like 5. And you see that there's names written on it, and you recognize these names because they are actually tattooed on your father's chest above his heart. There is a series of scar tissues that has been gilded over in gold, and it's these 5 names above his heart.
Kind of looks at the painting for a while, looks up at Kai-Shen, narrows his eyes as he squints at the tattoos that are kind of peeking out from under the silk robe, looks back at the paintings. It's like your tattoos, Baba.
That's that they are, Soleil. These are your aunts and your sisters and brother.
Kind of scrunches his face a little bit, looks back at the portrait. I don't think so.
I can assure you they are, Soleil.
Mm. But why wouldn't I have met them?
They unfortunately died many many years ago.
Oh. Is that's why you're sad?
That's why I'm sad, son. I miss them greatly. And I think about all the things I could have done differently in my life to be able to have them one day meet you.
Is that possible?
No. That's the hardest part, Soleil, is that you can't change it. And they're gone, and I can't change what I did that led to their deaths. And I can't change what I did after their deaths. And I honestly don't know which is worse.
But you don't have to be sad. You got mom and mama and me now.
I know, and I love you all so very much. And there's no limit to the amount that you can love in this world, Soleil. It doesn't take away from one thing simply because you love another as well. And family means everything. It's the fundamental core of what it means to be us, what it means to be a Zhao. And there are times where you might begin to think that the loss of something you love warrants losing more of yourself to try and correct. I did many horrible things after the deaths of the rest of our family. I made a lot of people suffer who did not have anything directly to do with it, and I thought I was making things right by doing that. I gave up everything because I felt like I had lost everything. But you can always lose more. And the one thing that can never be taken away from you, the one thing that you are the only one who can give it away, is your honor. And for a time I thought it didn't matter. And I gladly traded it away for vengeance, to try and make things right, as if giving up what mattered to myself would somehow make the universe give them back to me. And it didn't. It just made me less of a person, less of who I am, and less of a warrior. So just remember that, son, that there is always more love to give in this world. And no matter how difficult this world may be, or the choices that you may be presented with, only you can choose to give up your honor in the face of them.
I don't really get it, Baba, but I'll do my best, 'cause I don't want to be the one that makes you sad.
Hashem looks down at you and smiles and kind of wipes some more of the tears that had formed from the sides of his face. He goes, "You can never make me sad, son. One of the privileges of being older and wiser now is that I know there is always more love to give. And while some of us may be larger recipients of that than others, as he kind of squeezes your cheeks. Know that you will always be my child, and I will always love you. And while it can be difficult to remember sometimes, your family will always be with you, watching over you, guiding you, and loving you. Even if they're not physically there as you can see them. Your clan, your ancestors, your family, and me will always be there for you. And nothing will ever make us love you any less.
Soleil gives a big, I imagine, gap tooth smile at this age, and squeezes around Kai-Shen's neck. Honestly, probably a little too tight to be comfortable, like one of those really tight, awkward kid hugs. And plants a big old kiss on his dad's cheek and just, I love you too, Baba.
Kai-Shen he does a little laugh and smiles as he squeezes you back and kisses the top of your head and goes, I would love for you to meet the rest of your family someday. Would you like to go to the material plane with me and see them?
I thought it wasn't possible.
Nothing's impossible. I know your mothers have thoughts about it, but I can always talk to them. I can take you for a day of reunion, and you can meet the whole clan, and you can meet your aunts and your brothers and sisters, and I know that they would love to meet you, and it would be good for you to see the rest of your family. It would be good to see them again as well.
He gives a excited nod, and yeah, I think I would. Family is most important.
The first rule of being a warrior. And he kind of hugs you tightly. And with that, you kind of snap out of your reverie, just kind of staring out a window.
Yeah, Soleil, upon that childhood flashback, just exhales a deep sigh, and it's not very often that he feels regret, per se, but the more he reminisces about his father, the more he's coming to start to dread this upcoming trip, knowing that he is very likely gonna have to put honor on the back burner and do some real shady shit. And just musing out loud to himself like, "Oh, Dad, what have I gotten myself into?"
And no one responds.
Nope.
All right. As your train keeps padding along, a couple days go by, you enter Tyrol itself. As you get closer to Signoviste, you see the Erixis Mountains in the distance. There are these massive spear wall of mountains that encircles Erixia. You also see, Soleil remembers there being a lot of refugee camps around Signoviste. A lot of just Eryxian refugees and stuff. Fleeing the war all those years ago and not having really the a suitable place to return to, and not being fully processed to be integrated into the Federation population totally. As you get closer, you see where some of those camps used to be, where there's what appears to be groups of, you see that probably some military personnel, as well as some talons, kind of sifting through ruins where tents have been burned and torn down. Trailers and stuff have been shattered, turned over, and for a moment you don't see any bodies, because there is just so much black around them. And first, it's probably a lot these massive, like maybe it's smoke. But as you begin zooming closer by some of these encampments that are being sifted through, you see that they're clouds of flies that have congregated here. And you also see that there are hundreds and hundreds of crows pecking away at various corpses, scarfing down eyes and other things. You see that these encampments have been absolutely raided and destroyed, and there are hundreds and hundreds of bodies lying about, being feasted on by these crows and other carrion insects and things. And for the briefest moment, Aurora, you swear as your train is zooming by that every crow turns to look at you at once. For just a moment.
God.
Before you blink and they are just back to doing crow things.
Not like that's also complicated to see basically Eryxian refugees in this situation.
Yep.
Just add another layer onto it.
Yep. Nafisa, you're looking out a window and seeing all this tragedy. You know for a fact that this is likely caused by some of the outlaw armies that have started rampaging across the Tyrolean, and specifically for where you're going, the Sciari countryside. Former Federation troops that were, basically fired from the military after there was reduction in forces after the end of the Eryxian Liberation War, and have basically turned to outlaw and banditry, and have been supplied by copious amounts of UFAS weapons armories and stuff that have been sold by various soldiers in the wake of the release of the Banda files, and that this is causing irreparable harm across the countryside. And who are the people most likely to be preyed upon in such an instance, which is these refugees most likely.
If he's just going to look very somberly, this is not a good premonition or a good thing to see before going to Signoviste. Why can't they just make good berries for everybody?
I wish Omega was there to say, we don't think a good berry is going to fix that.
But it is good. Omega, it's like you're still here.
Sometimes I can still hear their voice.
But yeah, as you guys see that, the train will just, it's only for a few seconds before your train will be zooming past it. And you see the big city of Signoviste in the distance. You see clouds of smoke. The whole sky here is that very it's an almost even deeper shade of blue smog, because of all the Nexite refineries here. So much of Vennonia is a myriad of pollution, but here it's very distinctly Nexite refineries that has created this massive blue smog layer over the city. But you also see lots of smoke clouds and stuff coming off of it. And There seems to be impromptu barricades and things that have been set up at various parts surrounding the city and on the highways and stuff leading into it, where there's checkpoints of soldiers and soldier-like people stopping cars, taking things, searching people, etc. And the trains do seem to be unobstructed as you pull into the station. But you see at the station itself, there are copious amounts of gendarmerie, heavily armed and armored, located specifically here, as well as seemingly several groups of shady-looking people. As the train stops and begins offloading, people seem to be taking things from it. High-profile people getting escorted by these cops, everyone else kind of just getting left to their own devices. And you are now officially in Signoviste. Welcome to the next chapter of your lives. And I think with that, we will wrap up here for tonight.
Oh boy, guys.
Yeah, so about your dad and about everything you've been doing.
Don't know.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy. We can save this for therapy, RP.
My daddy issues.
I'm still
Daddy
not
issues, yeah.
I'm still not convinced your grandmother is not evil. I love the
you think
idea.
my grandma would want this?
Maybe.
Yes.
I love the idea of Feng accidentally being dead right about the grandma, but for completely wrong reasons.
But yeah, I hope you guys all had fun tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. If you haven't done so already, please go check out all of these wonderful players. They're all good beans in their own right. Also, if you haven't done so already, please give me a follow here on Twitch. Give me a sub over on YouTube where I have the full VODs of every episode of this campaign previously, as well as lots of other stuff, including a whole campaign where you can meet Kai Shen Zhao as an actual character. As well as Soleil's moms. So go watch Eberron Ashes of the Last War. And then you can also follow me on Blue Sky to see all my unhinged thoughts and artwork. And you can join my Discord, the Eternal Citadel, to be a part of my incredible community. I want you all to know you're all beautiful, amazing, and valid people, and I hope you enjoyed spending your evening with us nearly as much as we enjoyed spending it with you. And never forget the most important part, which is that the world is better having you in it. Yes, thank you, Shade Offline, and thank you for the follow. You should go check out the rest of the episodes. It's a pretty cool campaign, if I'll say so myself. My players are also very cool. That'll be it for this week. I will be hopefully back over on B's channel on Thursday for more Deadlands, where we're fighting evil toys. Yeah, hopefully I'll see you again next week. But that'll be it for tonight. We're gonna go get our raid on. We're gonna go raid my good girl. We're gonna go raid Aradia. She's a very good bean. She's playing the outer, what is it called? The Outer Worlds? Outer Worlds. She also has done some cute artwork for me. She's a good artist. She's a good bean. There we go. If you are a follower, please copy down the call to hugs. If you are a sub, please copy down the Knight's message. I'm glad you had fun, Shade. I'm glad you had fun. I'm glad this is spicy. Definitely go watch more of the campaign. It's pretty cool. My players are awesome. So let's go send Aradia some love, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good night. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.